We'll record the steps on the stove first, and then
okay.
Move, and then I'll stop the video and move on to wherever you move to next.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Am I in there? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. I can sip my coffee too. Can I?
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. Anytime? Ready?
Yep,
Set,
go ahead. It's recording.
Okay. Water. Well, I can put some hot water. The main thing I think on this one is the water determines how much water you have. It says how much bread you'll get. So the more water you have, the more bread you end up having. So I have a. Is this a 2-quart pan?
I don't know.
I'll put a little heat on it because I want it warm but not scalding hot. Then I put my grease in it. I gotta go on here and get my crisco.
So that much water will make how much bread?
Well, how much do I really make? I don't know how much it makes. It makes probably about, I'm thinking, let me just a little more. I'm thinking about, comes to rolls, it makes about 60 rolls. And probably 4 or 5 loaves of bread. You find it back there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hand me the sugar too.
Okay.
When you get done with that. Then I put grease in it. It can be, you can use butter or oil or whatever kind of grease you got. Butter, oil, Crisco in this case.
Honey, sit.
And I guess I don't measure. I just put some in. A little Crisco. The more,
Maybe show us how much that is done.
huh?
Show the camera how much that is.
Who knows? Up, 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 over, up, up. Don't tip it. Okay, got it. The more grease, the softer the bread. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's probably a cup.
Maybe, sometimes I'll put a little oil in it too, just to, it adds a little brownness to it, I think, when it bakes in. How's that sound? Highly technical, measured. Okay.
So maybe a 1/4 cup on the oil.
Maybe, something like that. Okay.
Whenever you can come over here.
Then, I put in the salt and the salt and sugar, and let that all dissolve in here. So salt, and I don't know, 2 salts, okay?
2 tablespoons.
Probably, of salt. And then, I generally just put some sugar in it, but if you're making like a sweet dough, if you're making like sweet rolls or something, you'll put a little more in. But I just put, put a couple handfuls of sugar in it.
But you cannot do that.
Got that? Couple handfuls of sugar?
Got it.
And now I get it up to temperature. Warm enough to melt my Crisco, but not super hot. If you want to, right now you can put eggs in. Some people do.
Do you want eggs?
I don't need to, but now is when I'd put eggs in too. While that's warming up though, I get my yeast going.
Is that in the fridge?
Yeah, I get it. Whoops. Thunder. But can you see here? Okay.
Yeah.
No way. Okay. Here's my measurement. For this much water, I put in 6 heaping teaspoons of yeast. Okay, yeast. And I use cold water when I dissolve it because you don't want it to start working yet. Stir it up and set it off to the side because I'll dump that in a little later. Okay. You could probably pause for a couple minutes. It's going to take a minute to get warm.
Okay.
Or you can just let it run.
Jeremy will just cut it out.
He'll just cut it out? Okay.
Yep, we're good.
Let it go? It's running?
Yep.
Okay. I like some steel cut oats in mine, you know, those little chunks of oats in them.
Yep.
So I just dump some in a bowl that I'm going to make the bread in. And I'll add...
like a half a cup of that.
I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. I'll add some hot water to soften it up. Otherwise, it won't get soft enough for it to be really bad. But anyhow, put a little hot water and soften it up.
Okay.
Favorite spoon. I always put my wire ties up here because I've baked a couple of them over the years.
Ah.
They were down here and they get caught up in the flour. And
so what kind of flours are those?
okay, this is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's saffron.
Okay.
It's like a general purpose flour. It'd be like King Arthur or whatever you have down at the Frank store. And this is occidental. Occidental. I don't know how they pronounce it. This seems to be really makes the bread really nice. That flour. Okay. I've got water, sugar, salt, grease mixed together. And I'm going to dump it right in that bowl. It doesn't always want to dissolve a little bit. Okay. Okay, that's the liquid. It's a little warm, so I won't put the yeast in quite because you'll kill it if it puts it in real hot water. I'll put a little flour in it to take the temperature down. I don't measure the flour other than it's 2 to 1. I put 2 occidental to 1 of these, of the saffron. And that's my ratio. I'll put a little flour and just get temperature back down a little bit. Then I'll put the yeast in. Like I said, you put the yeast in earlier if it wasn't too warm.
And the yeast is supposed to be bubbly like that. And if it's not, you're not supposed to use it, right?
Oh, I don't know. I never paid any attention to that. But I mean, yeah, you can tell it's starting to work already. So I'll pour the yeast in. That adds a little to liquid. So I think you got a full 2-quart pan of water by the time, or liquid by the time you get done. I'll stir that in a little bit. Okay.
Mom, whatever you say right now is on this video.
So, you know, tell her to keep the swear words down.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3, push. Hard. There we go. We got it. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Let's get ready for
I thought you were using that big metal pan, Dad.
To make bread?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't very often. Well, you can't make good bread until you're really old, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to need that over here again.
Okay.
I just want to clean the... The only way you can get the sticky stuff off is... I'll take that bowl back.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Want to hit the stop button on it? Thanks. Then work a little flour until you get it to the sticky you want or the texture you want. It's I guess it's just playing with it until you.
What's the stickiness level that you want?
Well, you don't want it real sticky, but you don't want it real. If you put too much flour in it, it gets real crumbly and a lot of air bubbles. The texture's not very good. Mm-hmm. The more sticky it is, the little more fine texture the bread is. So you want it to be a little sticky, but not hard to work with. If it gets too sticky, it's hard to make anything out of it. Just a little like a goo ball, you know. But I think it's a matter of just hands-on for, you know, you get the feel of it. Did you want to feel it? See how it feels like? No!
Yeah.
It's the texture and the, you know, how it feels when you push on it. After a while, you get an idea about it's real close there. I don't want that.
It's still pretty warm.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Looks pretty good. What do you think? Mm-hmm. I'm going to spray a little oil on that so it doesn't stick to the inside.
I want you to rub that in. Submit on all over the chairs, top and bottom, okay?
And the table?
Well, we'll do the table last. Let's get the chairs on first, okay? You could do the legs on the chairs too.
No, no.
Get down there.
No, this time of year is fine. I can put it in a warm spot because I'll put it in a radiator in the bathroom.
What do you do if you don't have a radiator to put it on?
I'll turn the oven on, like to 200. I shut it off. In a little bit, I'll slide it in there, but don't turn the oven back on. Just let it rise in the
Okay.
oven. Yeah. There we go. Rise time.
For how long, Dad?
It's according, you know, the weather changes. You know, 45 minutes probably, it'll rise.
Okay.
So I set a timer to go check it in about 45 minutes, see what it looks like.
What are you kids doing? You're washing the chairs?
Must be wide angle if you can see me.
I can only see your arm.
Okay.
All right, we're ready, Dad.
You ready, set, go? Mm-hmm. First, we got to clean up the hard stuff that's left over from the first knead before we knead up the second. So get rid of this. Otherwise, it gets in the bread. Not very good. Spread this around a little bit. I'll go get the bread that's rising, Monroe. Okay. This is about doubled in size, I think. So, Monroe, you want to punch that down in the center? Get the air out of it? Harder. Okay, there you go. Okay. I'm going to roll this out here. Okay. Ooh. Look at that, huh? Let's
2 cards on the floor.
Let's spread a little flour on top of that so it doesn't stick to everything we grab, okay? Get some. Okay, now just start turning in, just like that. Get the air out of it. We got to work it out. Okay. Look at that. That's some nice dough, isn't it? Get a little more flour on your hand so it doesn't stick to you. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's starting to stick a little bit in the bottom. Let me put a little more flour under there. Okay. Pull it toward you. Okay, now what you do is you pull it down in and push, and then turn it a little bit at the same time. You see that? Your turn. You're getting it. Looking good, isn't it? Looks like a nice thing of dough here, doesn't it?
No, honey, no.
Got to get all the little air bubbles out. So it does a second rise. What do you think? Pretty good. We're going to cut a chunk off. Make cinnamon rolls out of it, okay? We'll put this back in the bowl. Okay. Now, we're going to make this a small batch. Maybe we need a little more dough. And cut a little chunk off, okay? Okay. We'll knead this up. We're going to flatten it out some. And then we're going to roll it out a little bit, okay? What do you think? Want to roll this out some, Monroe? Okay, there you go. Don't push too hard. That's a real heavy roller. All you gotta do is push it, okay? And then pull it back toward you instead of pushing. There you go. And then push it out that way. There's a thick spot right over here.
Honey, get down.
Okay, and that over there is a thick spot. Okay, let's go this way a couple times. Come back this way, then this way. Okay, do that. On this end too. We're on the other side. Yep. Right through there. There you go. That's good. Okay, I think that's pretty darn good. Okay. That will be our cinnamon roll. Now, we need to, we're going to put a little butter on that, Monroe. Let me warm some up a little bit. We're going to put some butter on it. That must be Neil coming in. What do you bet?
Got some.
Okay. Oh, that ought to do it. We're going to put some butter on it. Oh, that's dripped a little bit on the floor. What do you think? Monroe? Looks like good? You know what we want to do? We're going to smear that around. What do you think? Does that look good? I think we're going to eat that when it's done. Now, I put a little white sugar on it because it liquefies better than the brown sugar. So we'll put a little bit on. That's it. Spread it around. Now, we're going to put some brown sugar on it, okay? And the same way, we're just going to spread it around, okay? Sometimes brown sugar have these little lumps. Yeah, take that out. Once in a while you'll find them in there. Put that all around. Looks good, doesn't it? Okay. Now, we're going to put some cinnamon on it. Okay. Make sure you put enough cinnamon on it. Don't want to be too shy on the cinnamon. Okay. Okay, now you can spread that around. I'm going to let you do that because it gets nasty on my hand. I don't like it.
Dad, will you just do the nuts on half of them?
Sure, I can do that. Half nuts, okay? Kind of even it out all the way around. Looks pretty good. Okay, that's enough. You want to go rinse your hand, you can do that. That might be helpful. You can go right to the kitchen. Half nuts. And I'll put half nuts over here so we know what ends the nuts are in. How's that sound? Is that a deal?
Good idea.
Okay. Now Grandpa's going to rinse his hands off a little bit too because it got kind of...
Cotton.
Wow, that looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? Now, we're going to roll this up, Monroe, just like, we're just going to start rolling it up. Okay. Okay. The wider the, I'll put that one off. Okay, these are plain on this end. Okay. Then we have nuts down here at this end, so. Okay. Let's put the plain ones in, some of them. Okay, now grab one, yeah. Kind of watch the insides don't fall out. There you go. There's another plain one. Oh, let's let that one set. Here, grab it like that and stick it in there. Okay. Got it? These are plain ones. Oh, that might have one nut in it, but we'll stick it right there. How's that sound? Okay, pretty good. Now, we'll put the nut ones in. How's that sound? You want to come down here and get one? Now you got to kind of hold it because otherwise it all falls out. Just one at a time. Okay. Good job. Get another one. Okay, you're doing great. Oh man, those look like they're good enough to eat without even cooking them. No, we'll put these odd ones right in here. How's that sound? Got one more? Yeah, we'll make it happen. How's that sound? Does that look pretty good, Monroe? Yeah, now we're just going to set this on the radiator and let it rise. How's that sound? Okay, now we're going to make some rolls. Okay. Clean up this mess here a little bit. Okay. Now, I got a pan. I sprayed a little oil on it already. No, I didn't spray a little oil on it already. I'm spray a little oil on that to make some rolls. Now I put a little flour in there just to make it easier to work with. I'll knead it just a little bit. Started rising up again already. They had a large, big, giant loaf of bread. Okay, I put a little butter in my hand so the dough doesn't stick on it. Get that dog hair out of there. Okay.
Honey, get out. Go on.
Okay, like this, Monroe. Grab it off, squeeze off a chunk, and then shape it into a roll. See? Just like that. Got it? And we'll just make some rolls.
Can we shift this down this way?
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah.
How's that?
Good.
See how I do it? I push it up through my hand a little bit. Grab a chunk. Yeah, put a little flour in your hand, it might help. So it won't stick on you so bad.
Do you have enough butter on your hands?
I'm putting the flour over the table, yeah.
Good, Ben.
There you go. Now you're talking. It won't stick so bad now. It's a little sticky, but it's fine. Grandpa puts a little butter on his hand so it doesn't stick to him so much when he makes them. Or you can put flour too.
So Monroe, it's not about shaping it like this in a ball. It's about pushing it up like this, like how Grandpa is doing it. Have you been watching what he's doing? Monroe, have you been watching how he's done it?
Here, watch. I take it and squeeze it off, and then I push it up from the bottom. Okay? And make a roll out of it. These are the rolls we're going to
Not
eat.
squish. He holds it like this, so try to get it all.
These are going to be the rolls we're going to have tomorrow for Thanksgiving.
So put it in this hand like this and hold it in a circle. No, this hand. Don't squeeze. We're not squeezing. See how when you squeeze is when it makes a big old mess. So we're going to gently hold it like that. Gently. Yep. Now use your other finger to push up like that. No. Your other hand, I meant. Your other hand. Hold on, let me see.
See what, Grandpa? He makes it, and he pushes up from the bottom.
Push. See how you just push it up in. Okay. So let's
Okay.
get a new one.
Let's do unsticky your hand here. Put your hand over here, over top the bowl. Put your hand over top the bowl. The other one too. Okay. Now rub them together. Get them all floury. Okay. Now, here you go. There you go. Now you're talking. We're gonna have rolls here for tomorrow. Now there's gonna be 23 people, but a few of them are pretty hungry people, so we're gonna probably have to make more than 23. So I think we ought to try to make at least 30. What do you think? And then some of them will eat 3, and some will eat none. And the people who eat none are the losers, right? Well, you just don't know what you're missing. You gonna eat one of these when they're done? Here you go. I'll give you a glob of dough.
Oh, this is not enough.
Isn't this fun?
Yeah.
That's a good one you just did. It's easier to squeeze it off. You can have this one if you want. Yeah, okay. Because pulling, you just get your hands all sticky.
How'd mine look?
Well, look at that. Coming right
Mine's
along.
a little too big, I think.
A little more butter on my hand. Hey, we're on a roll. Let's see how you multiply now. Monroe, you know how to figure out how many's on here? You count this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you count this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 times 4 is what?
14.
No.
You don't know that one. That one's a little harder. 7 times 4 is 28.
Okay,
8.
so we got 28 on here. That should be enough for tomorrow, but we're gonna make a few more, okay? I'm gonna set these on a radiator and put a towel over top of it and let them rise. So we're gonna make one more tray, okay? We got some dough left over, see?
Yeah.
So we're gonna make, oh, that towel's kind of not what I want.
Got action.
I know. That doesn't change anything. It's just a microphone that runs the whole time. Okay? It doesn't change just because you
Okay.
say action and cut.
I'm gonna get rid of this. Set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Counting down.
Okay, another tray.
So how long do you let the second rise happen for
Action.
the rolls?
Um, 25 to
There's some.
40 minutes. It all depends on how warm it is and where it's at, you know.
Then why'd you set your timer for 5 minutes?
I turned the radiator back on, but I didn't want to get too hot. The radiator was cold. I want to warm it up, so it's a furnace.
Okay.
I put a little heat on that because it is really cold out of the cupboard. So, okay, we're gonna do some more, Monroe. Let me roll this around a little bit in here on the flour. So we got 28, and we'll make a few more. How's that sound? Yeah, just put some butter. You put it right in here. Okay, and then right in here. That way it won't stick on your hand so bad. Okay, here's some for you. Start making a roll out of that one, huh?
Remember, you hold it. Yep.
Good job. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that.
Honey. Go up.
Now you space them, yeah, just about like that, because they'll both rise up and get bigger. Okay, and good job. Way to do it. One more for you. Oh, good catch. Good save. That was almost too big. Okay. So put one there.
So now, Monroe, as you can only do that multiplication trick if you have even, if the rows are all
Okay,
full.
listen. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 times 4 is how many?
12.
Yeah.
12, yes. Isn't that slick? Okay, so we got 12 and 28. So how many does that make?
40.
40.
40 rolls.
40 rolls.
For
That's
tomorrow.
what we'll have. We might have 1 or 2 we could eat today if we wanted to.
Well, we also have cinnamon rolls.
Oh, yeah, we could eat cinnamon rolls today, too. Yeah. Okay, I'll let this rise for a while. I'm going to find a warm spot. I'm going to set it over here by the stove. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, this is
For about how long?
half hour? What do you think? I don't know. You can look at the
18.
time change switch on the camera and see how long it took to rise.
Okay.
There it is. We'll bake it on speed bake, 385. I put it on the top rack, otherwise
Okay.
the bottom always gets too hard. Top rack, 385, speed bake,
For about how long?
18 minutes.
18.
Plus or minus, more like plus 2 sometimes.
Okay.
18 to 20. There it goes.
Okay.
Good job, hon.
Depends on who you are. Said it depends on who you are whether or not you need frosting on those.
Oh, the other ones are out on the porch, the big ones, huh?